All right, that was awesome. Thank you guys for showing that off. I know a lot of animators seeing that for the first time a few months ago were like, "Holy crap, this is amazing!" and I want to learn more. And I'm glad that they were given a chance to, and you were given a chance. So, but I am here now with Marianne Hayden from Naughty Dog. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So, tell me about why, like, what inspired you to do game animation?
It wasn't always the thing I thought I was going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
I was always interested in art as a kid, and Toy Story came out when I was in high school. I'm kind of old. And I was like, what is that? It's like animation, but it's different. And so I was like, oh, I want to learn that. I don't know what it is, but I want to learn that. And so I went to school for animation and went to grad school for animation. And then my first job out of school was in games. And it just kind of snowballed from that. I got an internship at Insomniac Games in the summer 1 year. And yeah, I just kind of went from there.
That's awesome. So now the next panel is about sort of like balancing life and work and goals and sort of all that stuff, right? So as you said, you've been doing this for a while. You're also a mom, right? Mm-hmm. So talk like, can you?
Hi, kids, if you're watching.
Hi. I don't know you, but hi. So let's talk about that a little bit, right? Like how do you find the time to balance? Like, do you feel like you found the?
There's time.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. I mean, I work full time at Naughty Dog, and I have 2 wonderful kids and a husband and family. And there's times I'm like, I got to get to work like at 7:00 today because I need to leave at 4:30 so that I can take my kids to baseball practice or soccer or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely a challenge, and I've had to set boundaries for myself. I come in, I do my job. I try to be as efficient as possible so that there's no downtime, and then I'm home with my family.
Yeah. Do you feel like the industry has gotten better in like providing you the ability to find more balance, or has it not gotten better, worse? Like, where do you feel like as a whole
it's hard. That's hard because I don't know very many working moms in games. So I don't really know how to compare that. Yeah, I know a lot of working dads, but it's not the same being a dad and being a mom. It's 2 different roles, like however you look at it.
Sure.
So I don't know. I grew up with full-time working parents. My parents are still working full-time, so that was normal for me.
Okay. So it sounds to me like it would be let's find more working moms, right? That maybe you guys can talk more.
Yeah.
Are you cool with them contacting you online somehow if somebody is a working mom? And
I'm on Twitter.
What's your Twitter?
Marianne Hayden.
Well, that's super easy.
Yeah, super
easy. So
her
name should be like somewhere on the screen.
Yeah, right there.
Like one of the things that I love about the Animation Exchange and the Animation State and all the stuff we do is like trying to find these communities and bring people together. So I feel like that's a really good place to start, and then hopefully, we get to a point where we can get some stuff. We can hopefully start, giving you that opportunity to talk with them and vice versa.
Yes, I think that the community of working moms in games is something that should be bigger.
Yeah, no, I think that would be fantastic. And boot camp, animation exchange, whatever. Let's find that community, and then let's give you all a voice to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, because I think that would be great.
How to pump and breastfeed a child while you're working? Yeah, I know. It's not like an easy conversation to talk about, but these are things that working moms have to deal with.
Sure.
Hey, do you have a room that's not a bathroom where I can pump food for my child?
Yeah. Not a thing that most game studios are well equipped with.
I know, but it's if you want to bring working moms in to be able to cultivate that, you need to have it available.
Yeah. Well,
which Naughty Dog had for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had my own room.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all. Now, was it something you asked for and then they gave you, or is it something that they already had?
No, we were expanding our office space and they built in a nursing room.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. Well, Good job, Naughty Dog. That's great. So on the animation side,
Yeah.
right? What is it that whenever you animate that you're hoping to achieve with the work that you create?
Well, I want it to be good,
Mm-hmm.
for one. I want it to be able to convey whatever we're trying to say with the story at that moment in the game. And hopefully, if that moment, however big or small, moves somebody, it means something to them, something they can relate to, something that they can talk about later, and maybe it expands another conversation.
Cool. What's like a favorite bit of game animation that you've seen before that's kind of always stuck with you that you always go, oh, that was great?
So I played Inside a few years ago. Do you know that game?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there's two sections. There's when you climb up the ladders, there are ladder animations and there's swim animations. If you step through it frame by frame, it's like one's a snake and one's a frog. The poses of the swimming animations looks like a frog, and the swimming is a human.
Yeah.
In the game, it's a human,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
animation, the motion is a frog swimming,
That's
and
so
it's
cool.
so beautiful.
Yeah. I didn't notice that, but I'm going to have to go back to check
And
it
the
out.
going up the ladders is like it's like very snaky.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we're going to have to look at that and break that down. So like, are you cinematics focused? Or are you more gameplay focused?
I
Sort
was
of
on
in between?
cinematics.
Okay.
I worked on cinematics for years.
Okay.
And now I'm on the story team, which is, we call our story animators. So we are assigned levels. So we'll be in charge of like the entire level for the game, and in charge of like the scripted sequences or the IGCs, the in-game cutscenes or the points of interest. That's the quick times events. And we work really closely with our design team and our writers, and we aid them with ideas of how to like progress character development and story within those tiny moments that are in between cutscenes and in between gameplay.
Awesome. So no, and you had a talk yesterday?
Today.
Yeah. What was the name of your talk so people can look it up on the Vault once it's live?
It was called Design versus Story, the elephant in the room, or how Naughty Dog addresses the elephant in the room through Uncharted.
Awesome. So can you give us like the synopsis?
It's about a sequence in Uncharted, The Lost Legacy. And if people haven't played it, like it's one sequence there's an elephant sequence in there. It's about 6 or 7 minutes long, and it's about how that sequence came to be. Elephants in our game were originally a background element, a background animal that you could never see, never get to, never touch, and it morphed into something else, and that's what the talk is about.
Awesome. All right. Well, I missed it because it was at the same time as the Animation Boot Camp. Curses. Well, I think that sounds super cool. And it was a half an hour?
It was a half hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like the sweet spot for a talk, right? Like.
Yeah, I didn't have time for questions.
Oh, that's all right. We have questions now. You
That's
can jump
true.
on Twitch chat. If you were at GDC yesterday and you're on Twitch chat right now, questions. Anyway.
Other questions?
No, somewhere. Oh, wait. Yes. Okay. What advice do you have for studios to help encourage diversity?
I don't think it's a studio problem.
Yeah?
I think it's more systemic than that. It's in our education system and encouraging women to go into STEM, into games. And I don't know. I don't know what I don't know how to solve that.
Sure.
People are like, oh, you need to hire more women or we need a more diverse population in our workforce. But it's like if you don't have the applicants, and your work should speak for itself. So not only do you need more women applying, you need more good women applying.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a studio. I don't know what the problem is, but
Sure.
I'm not sure it's all dependent on the studios.
Well, no, and I think it just circles back to, right, like creating those spaces and the environment that allows, women and mothers and all of these things like just inherently within the space so that it doesn't feel like an outlier. It feels like it's
I mean,
actually
I didn't
a core part
have
of it.
children when I entered into the industry, but I knew that was something that I wanted to do.
Sure.
And I'm glad I got it out of the way.
Well, like we said, if you are a working mom, contact Marianne on Twitter, Marianne Hayden, and With that, we're going to toss it over now to a panel of awesome people to talk about more work-life balance stuff. So take it away.